The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Right, guys, let me know you can hear you can hear me, you can see the screen, and we can get started with this. Great, thanks, Keith. You can see the screen, okay? Okay, brilliant, okay. Right, now I'm going to share this document. Oh, no screen, okay, let me just see if I can fix that quickly before we go forward, because... Right, you should be able to see it now. Great, okay. So what we're going to do, 30-minute webinars. Today might be a little bit longer because it's the first one. Okay, we're going to cover the basics, and then we're going to go deeper and deeper into different strategies. By the end of these 10 webinars, and we may even extend that if I feel the need that I need to get more information across, then what we will do is we will extend it if we really need to. So by the end of these 10 days or these 10 webinars, you should have some great strategies, and I've already mapped out at least 12, and these are strategies that are going to blow your mind. This is an extremely powerful tool, and you know, it's always been in my mind from day one, mapping this out, how powerful this was going to be. So I've been thinking for more than a year how we can use this, and believe me, we've got some really unique strategies that other people just will not be able to do, that do not have the access to this tool or these training sessions that we're going to go through over the next couple of weeks, okay? So let me share this document with you. And this document we will build up webinar by webinar, okay? And what we will do is we will create something similar to an ebook by the end of doing this, okay? So you need to have a Google account to be able to access this. I'm going to put this in the chat box in here first, and we can post that in there. Just let me know everybody can get that, and then we can start kicking off with the basics, which we're going to cover today, and it's going to get deeper and deeper each day into the strategy stuff. So don't worry if we're just covering some basics that you're already familiar with at the moment. It will get more and more involved as we go through each day. Right, okay. Yes, these will be recorded, okay? Every webinar we do will be recorded, will be put in the member area. You're registered just one time for all the webinars in the Traffic Infinity series. You might notice in a couple of days it's going to give you an end date or something like December 2017. I do that deliberately within GoToWebinar so that I can put in and schedule a new webinar anytime I like in between now and then, okay? So I will put a crazy date for an end date. But all webinars are recorded. All webinars will be in the member area. The purpose of doing these webinars is better quality training, because if I was to sit down and map out all the training that I needed to do, and I could see that I've got 20 tutorials to do, I will run through them as fast as I can just to get the job done. But if I'm forced to do a webinar, that means I'm forced to prep for every webinar. That means better quality training for you, okay? And that means I can get these strategies across to you so you can get the very, very best use of using this tool. And it's a magnificent tool. It's an absolutely powerful tool. I don't know anything like this anywhere. I don't care if anything exists similar to it anywhere. By the time we are finished with this, it's going to be completely unique, because we haven't stopped, you know, for the feature stuff that we're going to put in there. And I keep getting new ideas all the time as well. So we're going to keep improving it, just like you have seen with the alpha tools. And you've seen how much we've improved and tweaked and maintained those tools over, you know, the past sort of 2.5, 3 years that we've been doing the alpha tools. This will be no different, okay? So, Keith, you cannot log into Traffic Infinity. You sent in 2 support tickets, right? Keith, could you please put in your Skype details for me, and I will get someone to deal with that immediately, okay? We don't yet have a separate Traffic Infinity support desk, but I will do my best to try and get it up either today or tomorrow. but usually Stephanie or LOL will be in there and they're passing it into a Skype group for now. So if you've got a problem to get in, just give me your Skype details and we will connect with you. We can get someone to connect with you this morning, okay? And we'll get that fixed for you. Right now, anybody having any problems at all with the tool? Anything that stands out that you're just confused about? Some things we can just get out of the way really quickly before we get into the sort of main training. Anything at all, just post it in here. If you got anything, just put it into the questions box and I will get it covered, okay? Right now, so what we're going to cover today is content and why traffic infinity and why authority content. Now, coming from an SEO background with the kind of SEO tools that we have got has kind of attracted a lot of people to my products that you could describe as black hat. Okay, and I'm already seeing some people with the black hat concepts of using traffic infinity. Now, myself and Mark, we had a discussion before we released traffic infinity, and I did not want to put any limitations on, the amount of social sites that you can post into, the amount of social accounts that you can post into. But what I will do is ask you to pay attention in this webinar, because I'm going to give you best practices. And it's based on experience, and it's based on not getting, your accounts banned, and it's based on providing great quality sort of social curation with your own calls to action on top of that, which will help in multiple ways. I mean, things that come to mind immediately is it will help you grow your social accounts, okay? You will grow your social accounts naturally by sharing high quality content. Secondly, you won't get anything banned because you're posting whenever an authority site posts, okay? If, for example, I'm using Backlinks and I'm using Search Engine Land and I'm using Social Media Examiner RSS feeds, then only when they post do I share that content, okay? It's as simple as that. And that way, I'm never really getting myself in trouble. I'm doing what a lot of people are doing, but we have the added benefit that we are putting our calls to action on top of their content, okay? And it's all done automatically. It's one time set and forget, and it will run forever, okay? Really powerful stuff, but we use it properly to get the best results. This will help you to build your list. It will help you to grow your social accounts of followers and people liking your Facebook pages and whatever else, okay? And plus, it will help you to make money, okay, if you use it correctly. Now, as we go through these 10 days, I'm going to share with you some really great concepts of how we can do that. But today, I just want to focus on the content part. And I see a bunch of questions coming in, so let me just check on some of these. Will we add an RSS finder to this software? No, I mean, I'm going to share some resources with you today. I'm not saying no, but it's not priority right now because there's other good tools that I'm going to share with you today that will help you to do that, okay? Can more than one RSS feed be added? No, you do one RSS feed per campaign and you can do 4 calls to action per campaign. We want to do this properly. We want to do this nicely. If I allow to have multiple RSS feeds, then 2 things are going to happen. The server will crash, and secondly, you will get your social accounts banned, and because you'll just be getting too many posts coming in from too many different sources, all with a call to action, okay? But there's some things that we can work on, that we can, tweak and help you to get the best out of the tool, okay? I'll cover some of this today and some tomorrow for this. Right, let's see what else. Michael just answered, not more than 1 RSS feed per campaign, not more. The purpose of this tool is that we are sharing great content, okay? Your content should be targeted. We'll cover that in the next couple of days. If you understand how to target your calls to action to a specific sort of authority content provider, then you're going to get better results. If you want to do the sort of black hat, blast it out kind of method, you will get some success, but you will also not grow your social accounts. You will not, you won't be surprised if you get social accounts closed down and people just start unfollowing you actually. So you've got to be really strategic with this, and it can be a really powerful tool. Okay, it's not designed to be a black hat tool. You could probably figure out ways to do that. No doubt that some of you will. But what I had in mind when I designed this tool was to use it correctly, to use it properly, to do stuff that I was already doing, and to overcome the limitations of all the sort of click jacking, traffic jacking tools out there, which was, you know, you had to set up every single time a campaign for every new piece of content that came out. Okay, time consuming, hugely time consuming, and a lot of people, they love the concept, but it was just too much work. So we have automated this, and because it's automated and it's one time set and forget, you should use the campaigns that you got in the way that I'm going to teach you, and you're going to be able to get the better results from it. Because if you start spamming, you will stop getting people clicking on your links. I can guarantee that. Okay, now use it wisely and you will make money. Use it wisely, you will build an email list. Use it wisely and you will build assets like retargeting sort of audiences within Facebook and YouTube, etc. Okay, now we're going to build assets with this, and it's 100%, if you think about this, it's 100% automated list building. It's 100% automated Facebook and YouTube audience building as well. You're building assets with this, but you've got to use it correctly, otherwise people won't click on your links. Okay, simple as that. So we're going to cover the best practices. I have no doubt that some people are going to find ways around, but you're not going to get proper results. I guarantee that. Okay, so let's kick on. Is this being recorded? Yes. For future webinars, I'm not going to answer these questions because it keeps coming up even halfway through the webinar. All webinars are being recorded. They will all be in the members area. Okay, that's the purpose of doing this, so that I can do better quality training rather than try to run through 10 or 20 tutorials. We're doing one at a time, and we can go through all of them in a lot of detail, and you can ask questions as well. Okay, so let's get started with this. Okay, so this webinar is the first of 10. It's about content tips and best practices. Okay, what we're going to cover is some of the basics of Traffic Infinity, things to be aware of, best practices, why we're using authority content. I've already kind of covered that as well. We're going to cover how to find authority content and easy ways that we can get RSS feeds. I'm going to share with you some free tools that I use, that Mark uses, and that will help you to be able to identify influencers, authority content, get the RSS feeds, and even see which is the most popular content that they have got on their websites. And we can even extend that further by getting into the YouTube channels as well and seeing what is the most popular videos in the YouTube channels. Okay, and that can give you a feel of any authority site, the kind of audience that it attracts, and we can target our offers to fit that. Okay, when I say target offers to fit that, I mean that we can go and get, we can go and build a list by promising something in return for an email that is congruent to what they, to the content that they provide. Okay, now I will go deeper into this after about day 3 or day 4, where we get into mini scraping things, where we can really target some very, very good content to build huge lists really fast, and even the best tools to use within Traffic Infinity to achieve that as well. Okay, it's a very, very awesome tool. By the end of these 10 days, you're going to be blown away completely. I guarantee that. Right now, best practices. Now, some things that we noticed as we were building the tool, and that Mark sort of has pointed out to me as well, because he's been testing it far, far more than I have over the past sort of few weeks when we've been building it out and getting it to work. Now, if you delete a campaign in your social accounts, or the links in your social accounts, they will be taken to an error page after that. Okay, so if you're going to delete a campaign, if you're going to delete a campaign within Traffic Infinity, then the existing links that you had inside the social accounts, they will just go to an error page. Okay, by the end of today, hopefully you're going to understand how we can go and get good quality content, and that will never need to be done. Okay, it's all good and well testing and everything like that, just be aware of it. Okay, it's going to happen to me as well. I will probably do some content feeds and I think, no, I don't really like that. It's not really getting enough clicks for me. So I'm going to change and I will delete the campaign. That will happen naturally anyway. But just be aware that when you do that, those links in your social accounts, they will just go to an error page. Okay, I might try and find a way around that later where we can do something sort of ninja that will be able to keep that kind of content. But for now, that's what's happening. Okay, it's a brand new web app. It's still going to be tweaked and still going to be improved over time. So when I say stuff like that, I will try and figure out a way that we can, work around it. But for now, that's what's happening. Okay. Now, if you do not see an RSS feed added to the scheduler after you have created an account, a campaign, sorry, then it won't be posting. So if I go into the Traffic Infinity over here and I go over to the post calendar, okay, you can see the ones that's got the numbers, right? And if I don't see within here my campaign, then, and you can see in here in the brackets which one it is, then you know that it's not posting. That means sometimes that some websites, they do not, they have some kind of protection for people doing an iframe, what's called an iframe, which is what we do when we take their content, we put it onto the Traffic Infinity URL and we put our own call to action. That's called iframing. Some of these sites, some authority sites, have got some kind of blocker there. So when you create a campaign, what it will do is it will create the first post for you. Then what you need to do as soon as you created a campaign, come over to the post calendar, go to today's date and make sure that link is there. If it's not there, then you need to find another RSS feed. Okay, it's just not going to work. We will try and find a workaround for that. We try different things with proxies and, kind of things in the background that you wouldn't even need to see, but not with 100% success rate yet. So that's just the way it's working for the moment, okay? Michael, you can't see. People not seeing my screen? Okay. All right, I can see even in the Skype group. Ruth is saying that she cannot see. Okay. Okay. I don't know why some people are not being able to see. You can see a calendar, yeah. All right, great. So let's come back over here so I can cover this kind of stuff quickly and easily. So we put in brackets at the end there. You can see which campaign you've got running here. Okay. Just in the brackets so you know exactly what campaigns are running. Now, the power of this is that we can, we can see instantly not just the campaigns it's running, but we can go and just in a cloud view, just by clicking on a few of these, see how often some of these sites are posting. Okay, and if we find that some sites are posting more than others, then we need to take care of the kind of content that we're showing them. Okay, so let's come back over here so that we can cover the content things in more detail. One more thing before I go in there. You need to confirm Instagram. If you add your Instagram account, you need to confirm it with your mobile phone. Okay, so if you add your account, it's going to send you an SMS which you have to confirm with your mobile phone, because Instagram is mainly a mobile app. Just some tools have figured out a way to get around it with web apps recently. Okay, so let's talk about their content and why authority content. First of all, if you are sharing content in any niche that has got a recognizable sort of authority influencer type figure, then it's far, far more likely to get clicks. Okay, this is hugely, hugely important. We are using their authority, we are using their marketing skills to be able to increase our email list, to be able to build retargeting lists, to be able to make sales, etc. A lot of these people, when they are influencers and sort of creating authority content, authority sites, they are very good at doing, very intriguing headlines, for want of a better term. Okay, you can see that they're using the best tactics that work for them. They've been doing it for a long time probably. They're creating headlines that almost force the click. It just creates a curiosity. It makes people click through. Every time somebody clicks through, that is one extra person being added into your retargeting audience. So think about the assets that you're building, okay? Plus, if you are doing quality content sharing, you will, over time, get noticed for this, okay? Even if you do have a call to action on top, as long as you're not too, aggressive, like, spammy kind of, how can I put it? If you're doing too aggressively and it's too spammy, you will stop getting clicks. If you're doing this nicely, when they are making a post, then what will happen is over time people will start to recognize you as sharing great content. Okay, you're going to become a good quality social curator, and with those targeted offers you put there, you're just going to grab attention. Okay, it has to happen. It just has to happen. There's no other way about it. Especially if you do it in a way that they believe that, whatever you're giving away. So, for example, for an email, to build an email list, what I did recently was I created a full page overlay, okay? And we had something like 29% conversions. And all I did was give away a free Chrome extension. Now, we tried that again with just a PDF cheat sheet. That worked just as well. Not quite as high as 29% for the same thing, because we had already sort of reached that level with existing visitors into my blog. But what happened as those people started coming in, we started to build our email list really, really, really fast. And then it just kind of leveled out. It leveled out. I think now it's about something like 10% for my blog. And it's still the same offer there. You should really change up your offer quite often. But because I'm getting the same audience coming in, then I just let it stay there sort of as an even sort of conversion rate, because I don't need the same people into multiple email lists for the kind of stuff that I do, okay? If you are the type of person who's very, very good at email marketing and segmenting and stuff like that, then you might want to look into that deeper. But we will cover that in a different webinar towards the end of the 10 days. Okay, so, with authority content, you've got those recognizable content providers. Okay, if you're doing it in SEO, for example, you've got people like Brian Dean, you've got people like Neil Patel, you've got people like Search Engine Land, like Moz, and sites like that. Now, if I've got a social audience geared towards that, then that's going to get attention. It's going to get clicked. Okay, it's instantly recognizable. They've got great headlines. We don't have to do much. We just need to share the content that we set up one time. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect for this kind of thing. So when we're using an RSS feed, as we mentioned before, it's only going to post whenever that content provider makes a new post. You might have to look at that and think, well, this content provider doesn't really post that often. Do I want to use a campaign on that particular content provider, or is there someone else that can get me just as much traffic who posts a little bit more? Okay. For example, Backlink of Brian Dean, I put him in there because he does training that I have got tools built around. Okay. I gave an example in the sales video where I was using a Brian Dean video on top of Brian Dean's latest blog post, where he was talking about ranking factors for 2017, and he's talking about high click-through rates and how to increase dwell time on your blogs, etc. Now, since 2014, I've had a tool called VidaTech Alpha that does exactly that. Okay, so what I did then is that I just put it in sort of big letters with the link. Click here to get the tool that automates this. Okay, perfect. If you can target like that, then you might want to look at these content providers and work out for yourself, is it going to be worth it for me to do this, even though they're not posting that often? Other people might want to go, if you're going to sort of more generic kind of niche, say for example you're in weight loss or niche, or you're in something with fitness and something that you can get a lot of content from some big authority sites, then you might want to go for something that's going to be posting for a website that's going to be posting often. And by often I mean one time a day or more. Okay, and there's many sites like that. You can go and share really good quality content and you will get more traffic. Okay, it's just up to you the way you want to use it. The way I use it for Backlinker, for example, he just fits in very well for the stuff that I do. So I will keep him there. Even though Brian doesn't really post more than once a month, it's okay for me. I'm going to keep it there because it's just very congruent to what I do. Now, if you don't have your own products, it's no big deal. You can go and do an affiliate sort of product. You can put an affiliate link in there. And I suggest if you do that, you're using something like JVisa, okay, so you can get instant payments. So you can do that very easily, okay, and you can get paid at the same time somebody else purchases something, okay. What I also recommend is that you create a Google spreadsheet and you build it up over time. Now, I've got one here. I'll give you an example. I've got the top 100 marketing blogs in here. And what I did is I got my VAs to go and find the RSS feeds for every single one of them. Now, I've noticed some of these are a little bit off. I'll probably have to get them checked again. But I'm building up, okay? And I'm building this up over time. And just by having this little spreadsheet, what we can have is a sort of blog link, the RSS link. We can put in here what the niche is. We can put in here the YouTube channel, and we can also have, the top videos within the YouTube channel as well. I mean, this can go on for quite a while as far as the amount of columns you can have. So you can basically see very quickly the kind of content that people are viewing on the YouTube channel, and you can see also everything here that you need to be able to set up a campaign very quickly. Okay. Now, I just lost my train of thought there. I was thinking about RSS feeds. Let's come back over here. I'll probably come back to it in a second. So what I've done for finding authority content, you can click on any of these links. This is just a very simple Google search to find authority content. Okay, there's multiple ways that we can do it. This is just one of the quickest and easiest. And this is how I found this top 100 marketing blogs. I actually got a list of top 100 marketing blogs by doing a simple search like this, and then I got my assistants to go and get the RSS feed links. Okay, so let's come over here. You can see in here, if I click on this top 100 weight loss blogs, all I've done is put into Google search top 100 weight loss blogs. Okay, and you can see down here that we've got some results from Google that will give me the top 100 inspirational weight loss bloggers, etc. And we can find multiple sort of list type blog posts done by others that are really hugely popular. When people do these list type posts, they're hugely popular, and people tend to share them a lot as well. But they give you some great resources, and they've done all the work for you. Okay, so I've done this for just 3 very simple examples, and it's the same every time that I've done in here. Top 100 dog training blogs. Okay, you can see in here top 100 pet blogs, etc. Very simple search. That is one easy, quick way that you can go and find authority content, and that's exactly how I got this list of 100 top marketing blogs. Okay, really quick, really easy. Let's come down a little bit. Now, to get RSS feeds, we got some tools in here that I want to share with you. This one at the end is really good. This is one that Mark found the other day, and it's actually really handy because we can do a lot with that. First of all, this one here, it says Facebook RSS feed generator. You can click on that. It will take you over to the site. But basically, they are creating an RSS feed from any blog. So if you find a website that is not providing RSS feed, you can test it in here and see if they will create one for you. Okay, and that way you can get an RSS feed and you can use it for your campaigns. And you can see in here that they do RSS from social networks as well. That's like Facebook pages, Twitter accounts and stuff like that, which is very cool. Okay, this is a good sort of backup to have if you don't have an RSS feed showing on a particular website that you want to use, and also for any social accounts. Let's come back over. This one is one of my favorites, called RSS Social Analyzer. This is a Chrome extension that you can install. Okay, just click to add to Chrome. Now, if I go to, for example, let's go to, I keep forgetting Real SEO's new name. I think it's Tubular something. Tubular Insights. Okay, you can see in here they've actually got an RSS feed in here. Let's do backlink as well, just for the sake of covering it in detail. Okay, now what you will notice once it properly loads is we have this RSS icon over here. It should be showing a sort of red color, just waiting for it to load. It's probably not loaded properly yet. And what it does when you click on the links, it's going to give, when you click on the RSS feed URLs that it gives you, it's going to give you the analytics from all of the blog posts, and you can see the different kinds of content that is getting the most traffic, okay, which is really, really important, because if you can target offers to that specific audience, then it gets really awesome. This is taking a long time. His website's taking a while to load. I'm just going to refresh that page again. Hopefully it can load a little bit faster. Okay, Mark, I'm going to pull you in a couple of minutes to see if there's anything that you want to share as well. Let's see some of the questions. Tubular Insights is a website. It's not a service as such. It's just a website. This is an authority site, and this is for video marketing, probably the authority site on the internet. Okay, you can see now this RSS icon has gone sort of black and red color here, or black and orange color. Now, if I click on that, you can see it's giving me two different feeds, one for comment and one for the main sort of content. Okay, so if I click on this, it will open up and it will show me metrics from every single page and post on their site. Okay, and you can see here this particular Chrome extension is not working properly with likes and shares on Twitter, but we can still get an example of what is popular by looking at the Google Plus and the LinkedIn. Now, I do have a source code very, very similar to this, and maybe we can build up over the next week that we can get the Facebook likes and shares in here as well. It's very, very similar to this, but it's still good enough that we can go in here and we can see basically in a cloud view what kind of content is really popular on this website. Okay, so you can see down here, this homepage obviously has got most social shares, but as we come down, we can see what is getting shared most. 6 of the best branded Instagram videos for November 2016. So he's got a lot of people who are interested in what is popular using video on Instagram. Okay, so maybe you have an offer there. Maybe you can find an affiliate offer. Maybe you can put together something that will be able to collect email addresses around that particular topic. Okay, so you can build out, ideas for your calls to actions just by looking here in the cloud view. This is really, really awesome tool to be able to do this kind of stuff quickly. Let's come down and see if there's anything else that stands out. Facebook video. This one is getting decent amount of shares as well. This is not the amount of people looking at their website. That's just the people who are sharing on LinkedIn and Google+. But what we can see here, look, LinkedIn is the one that's getting most posts for that kind of content. Now, this is really important, because if we understand this, then we can use that kind of information really, really well. We can look into being able to post into LinkedIn as well. There's several platforms I want to look at, but for now we've got the 3, and we're working on Pinterest right now as well. Hopefully we can get that in today or tomorrow for Pinterest. And Google Plus, I think we had some issues last night trying to get it in, but we will continue to try with that one. So let's have a look at see what else stands out in here. Again, Facebook video, and again it's LinkedIn. Okay. video marketing for brands, again, LinkedIn. So what we can see here is a lot of their audience is coming from LinkedIn. That tells us a lot of their audience is going to be people like businesses, not necessarily people who are marketers, like in the sense of buying JVZoo products and buying search engine optimization products, or buying some of Luke McGuire's kind of products where it's like social syndication. But what we can see there is the type of audience this kind of website can get. Okay, it gives us a cloud view. We can see instantly stuff that you would be guessing at otherwise. Okay, really handy tool. But I do have something similar. We will try and get that up in the next sort of week or two, and we will have, ideally, hopefully, have the Twitter and Facebook information in here as well. So that's the second tool. This is a really good tool. So any RSS feed that you've got, please use it. Go over to that blog, wait for the little red icon to show, and click and go and see the type of content. Just go and have a look and see what is being shared, and that helps you to be able to craft your call to action. Okay, we will go into that deeper, and then we'll do some over-the-shoulder stuff when it comes to this type of stuff as well. Right, let's come back. Right, the third way, this is probably the most popular way to find content or to find influencers, is BuzzSumo. It's a free tool. You can take a pro account, but it's a free tool. And you can see in here, we can search by the most shared content, trending content, content with backlinks. You can see where they get the backlinks, and you got some analysis tools in here as well. So if I put in here, for example, dog training. Now, before I click this, what I want you to understand, to see from this, is the kind of content that is trending. You might find when you're clicking in here that it's not necessarily sort of tips and training kind of content. Okay, you might find that it's something like this. It's a news story. This is great to share on social media. This kind of stuff gets massive audience. It gets a lot of likes and shares, especially on Twitter as well, which is my favorite social platform is actually Twitter. I can't stand Facebook, but Twitter for me is really good, and you will find all the influencers on Twitter as well. They use it a lot. It's just fast, easy to see what's going on. But you will see news type stories are really huge. Okay, so take that into consideration. People like to know what's happening in real time, which is great for platforms like Twitter. It will also extend into other platforms like Facebook and Instagram as well. But you can see here the top shared story is not a tip, it's not a training, it's not a video, it's just news. Okay, good news stories are good, especially when it comes to people or animals, etc. If you know people that have been saved from something or had a sort of near escape or something like that. Another one in here, it's kind of not news, but it's kind of like almost like a press release kind of thing. They're basically wanting to get dogs adopted. You know, people who like animals, they are, you know, they want to share that kind of content a lot. Okay, emergency recall, again, a news kind of story. Another news story, and you can see this is the most shared content. So if you want to go and do that, say let's try it again for weight loss, see what's there. Go and check in here, go and get the information that you need. You can see instantly what people are interested in. This one is more about tips for weight loss. Red wine before bed helps weight loss. Okay, 20-50 minute healthy dinner ideas. Okay, another tip. So you can see different niches attract different kind of content. Okay, so you can pay attention to that for free using this tool in BuzzSumo. Very, very cool. Let's see what else we can do. Let's just do one other one quickly. We did weight loss, we did dog training. Let's do, give me a niche. Somebody, anybody give me a niche. Any niche at all, just give me an idea. Dating, great. Thanks, Margaret. Dating. Okay. Why modern dating makes me want to punch myself in the throat. This is the kind of great headlines that will get, get a lot of social shares. It just makes you want to click through and see. Women posted the injuries caused by her ex. One other girls about what it's like dating him. Okay, that's not so much like dating sites, but woman has romantic evening with her Tinder date. Then he texted to say she's fat. All right. It's kind of humorous when it comes to dating. That's what I'm saying, but just as a sort of cloud view. So what we can do is we can look and try and identify the type of sites that are doing that kind of humorous stuff. BuzzFeed is a great site for this kind of stuff. You can go and see instantly and give you really, really good ideas, the kind of content that you can share that will get a lot of attention. Okay, but this is what I was saying before about the headlines. Okay, these authority sites, they are masters at creating what we call clickbait. Okay, they've got those really appealing headlines that just make you want to click through them. Okay, let's try another couple more. Let's see, healthy moms, chocolate recipes. Let's do a recipes one, actually. Let's just do basic recipes. We can go into chocolate one in a second. Karen. Let's see. So recipes, these are huge. Look at the amount of shares that they're getting in here. This is absolutely massive. And for those that were in the niche ripping course that we've been doing over the past few months, you will know that recipe keywords have got huge volumes, absolutely massive volumes. It's just a huge niche that can never ever be saturated because there's always trends and things going on there. So without looking too deeply, I would imagine there's going to be a lot of things about Christmas holidays and stuff in here that's trending right now. But over time and over a year, you will see that there's so many different variations to recipe type of content, whether it's new ideas, whether it's new sort of styles, or whether it's going to be just plain simple, best recipe tips to cook something like a pecan pie, for example. It's got such diversity in here, and there's so many good authority sites in here that you can use that will post a lot of content and that will never look like spam, okay? Because you'll be using good quality content from good quality sites. It's never, ever going to look like spam, okay? Let's see what's coming in here. List type posts you will notice a lot with recipe sites as well. Let's go into the chocolate one, see what's there. I've reached the limit. I don't have the pro account in here right now. Do I have a pro account? I think I did. Anyway, I'll stop there for now. You got the idea for BuzzSimmer, how we can use that. Okay. Now the last one is Feedly. The last one is Feedly. Let's just click on this. I'm going to click on login. You can create an account with your Google account or with your Facebook account. Okay, in here you can see I've got a ton of different categories that I've added. But say for example, I want to go and find some content, and I want to go and find content around recipes. Okay, can click on this. The basic one doesn't give us a search. Okay, I think I've got. Give me a second. I'll try and fix that. This is new. They didn't usually have it. I'm sure they didn't have this before. I used to search for stuff in here. Anyway, let's come down. What I will do is I'm going to give you an OPML file, sorry, that has all of this stuff that I've got in here. Okay, we've got one already. Mark, if you can find that, if you got it on your computer, the OPML file for Feedly, we can give them that on the call as well. If you can find it, if you can just put it through to me on Skype, I can share that with them. And I think in this OPML file, we got something like 50,000 RSS feeds or more. Okay, so if I want to go and find in here for cooking, for recipes, I've already got them in here. If I click on this, we can find good sites that are doing great content very quickly, very easily. Okay, and we can see what is posting most and stuff like that. This is a good way to go and find websites quickly and easily. So if you're using Feedly anyway, you're going to find that this will translate the content you're using, and the content you like best from using Feedly will transfer into Traffic Infinity very, very well for social sharing. So whereas before we would have to go and say, for example, find a recipe like this, and then we would have to, you know, click on the tweet button, click on the Facebook share button, whatever. Everything is happening automatic for us now, 100% automated. We'd set it at one time and it's done. Usually we would have to come in here and then we can click to go and share on Twitter and click here to go and share on Facebook and whatever else. It's all automated. Plus we can put our own calls to action in there. So Feedly is very, very good. If Mark has got that OPML file, I'll put it in here and you can access, same as I've got here. Okay, there's about 50,000 RSS feeds in here. And you just simply install it. I'll do a step-by-step screenshot how to do that later. I think it's in the integrations. No. I need to go back through and figure it out again, but I'll do a step-by-step screenshot into the member area. Okay. Right, now the last one I want to share with you is this one that Mark found the other day. It's called Instant RSS Search. This has got different ways that we can use this tool. And you can see in here, let me try and expand this and make it bigger so you can see it. You can see in here they've got some suggestions and ways that you can use it. Okay. And the most important one probably is this here, the one that says site, colon, and whatever URL you want to use in here. So for example, if I put in here site, colon, social media examiner.com, make sure I've not got any typos, you can see it automates pulling this in. We can see the feed, we can preview the feed. It's a very, very good little tool for being able to do that, okay? So if you find a site that you like, that's a good way to go and get the RSS feed. And we can do things like this, where you're putting the website name with some keywords at the beginning, okay, and all in title, etc. The most important one, the easiest one to use is number 2, like I just demonstrated there. Okay, so let's take some questions. I think that's all I want to cover today about the content stuff. We will get deeper and deeper each day into best ways of using this. Let's just come back up. Martin, how many posts are too many for each day? Martin, it works in a way that whenever an authority site makes a post, you're automatically picking up that post from an RSS feed that's built into Traffic Infinity, and it will share to the social accounts that you have put in the campaign. So if they're posting one every 2 weeks, that's all it's going to post from that RSS feed. If they're posting 2 or 3 blog posts a day, then that's what it's going to post. Okay. So for example, if you did one for BBC News headlines, for example, you would be posting several times a day. If you were doing one for the example I gave for Backlinks.com, where the guy only does 1 blog post every month, but he does big, long, epic blog posts, then you're going to be posting just one a month. Okay, that's how it works. And it's designed like this so that we can do the social curation. We can combine it with the sort of traffic jacking strategies of putting our own calls to action on top of that content. And that way we're building assets from retargeting, from list building, and we can get into making sales as well. Now, when we're getting towards the end of the 10 days, I will start talking about funnels, which is really important, okay? So that we can start by getting people into an email list and put them through a funnel, a sales funnel. Even if you don't have your own products, we can do this with affiliate offers. We can put them through a sales funnel automatically using a tool like this by giving, first of all, a free offer, and plus we can go and retarget them really cheaply as well with related offers. So say, for example, dog training, you want to give 10 tips for how to potty train a Doberman puppy, for example, or any kind of, or just puppies in general. Then we've got those people coming in both on the email list who want to download those 10 tips. Plus, you've got them on your retargeting audience. You're building two assets at one time. You could then follow that up with, you know, a sort of tips product or training product for dogs that comes from JBZoo or from ClickBank or somewhere like that. Okay, you might make sales on that, on a particular email that you email out. Even if you do not, you can retarget those people for pennies with Facebook audience that you're building with this tool. We'll go through that in detail. It gets more and more in-depth as we go along for each webinar, okay? But this is the kind of thing that we can do, and this is the kind of thing that it was really built to do, that we can go into the advanced stuff and we can really automate, you know, stuff that would be time consuming to do otherwise, okay? Let's see. Okay, Dale, yes, there will be a replay, and the next webinar is tomorrow. One every day, except for Saturdays and Sundays, and I need some time off at the weekends. Skype group, we have a Skype group, Brian, for Traffic Infinity. Let me just get the link for you, and you can join the Skype group. Just see if I can get the join link from here. Okay, I can copy the link from here. So this is I'm sending this to Brian, but I'll send it to all. That's the link to join the Skype group. Now this is where we will be talking a lot about strategies and stuff in here. So you do want to get into the Skype group. There will be times when you need some help, some support. Don't be afraid to use the Skype group to ask for help or support, or to tell us something isn't working quite correctly. I don't want to put any limitations, but it's not a support desk as such. If you just need a sort of quick solution, you can do that. And also, if you're in the Skype group, then you can connect with me. I'm in the Skype group as well. Okay, and if you need something, you can connect with me and Mark as well, and we can get you sorted. Don't be afraid to use it for support issues, but just bear in mind that we don't want to clog up the whole Skype chat with support issues. We want to be sharing some good strategy stuff in there as well, because this tool is so expansive and stuff that we can do. It's really going to shock you by the time we get to the end of these 10 days. And this is just basic stuff that we're covering in the first couple of days. Okay, next week we really kick off with the sort of advanced stuff, but it's really easy to do. Let's see, I need to put that into the chat box as well for anybody who didn't see it. So here is the link and into the chat box for the Skype group. So please join, and you will get some good additional training there too. Okay. I've got about 7 people asking me, is this being recorded? Guys, I've mentioned 4 times already. Yes, it's been recorded. It will be in the member area. Michael, custom autoresponder. We were working on that last night, okay, to put a sort of custom code for autoresponder. So we will try and get that in there. I don't know if it's actually been added yet today or not. I haven't looked in detail today, but we were working on it last night. What you need to do is you put it in there, you test it, okay? Test it and let us know if it's working. If it's not working, you need to tell us in a little bit more detail what autoresponder you're using, and we can look into it deeper. Can we add Tumblr? Possibly. I'm not going to say yes for sure. And the reason for this is that I know from my sort of search engine optimization tools that we have got people who have got literally thousands of Tumblr accounts, and I know what you're going to use it for, okay? This was not designed to be an SEO tool, but that's not the problem. The real problem is the resources are going to take from the server. It's meant to be a social curation tool, not a backlinking tool. But I can see where you're going with it, but that's what it was intended to be. I might do a sort of separate module where the SEO people can do that, okay? But I don't want it really turned into a backlinking tool. It's not designed to be that at all, okay? Let's see. Retargeting, Norman, yeah, we've got a step-by-step screenshot. We will cover that in more detail tomorrow. Inside the members area, there's a step-by-step screenshot. The purpose of retargeting is that when people click on a link that we share, they're automatically added into a sort of custom Facebook audience, and this can work with Facebook, with Google AdWords, YouTube from AdWords as well. It can work on various sort of platforms like that. I don't think Bing have got a retargeting tool yet. I'm not quite sure, could be wrong. But most people are using for Facebook and for YouTube. That's where you're going to get the cheapest sort of clicks from it. Because it's your audience, when you have built up that sort of retargeting audience with these pixels, what it does is it puts pixels on people's computers, okay? Puts a little bit of code on people's computers, and that adds them into a sort of custom audience within Facebook. Because that's your audience, it costs you a lot less to use paid ad campaigns, and literally pennies. I've done campaigns where it's been, you know, as little as 1 or 2 cents per click, where it's a really highly targeted audience. The advantage of retargeting is they already warm to the kind of content that you're sharing. Okay, you know exactly what kind of content they like. You can tailor your offers towards them. It's very cheap to use, cheaper than buying backlinks, believe me. Much cheaper and much more targeted. And there's, you know, you're not hoping that those backlinks will get you to page one so that you can get traffic. You're actually buying traffic, okay, really cheaply. Cheaper than Fiverr gigs. Even if you run, you know, like with an ad budget of $5 a day, you're going to get a return if you've got a good quality retargeting audience built in Facebook. Okay, we'll cover that in more detail. Let's see what will be shared, what will be shared in the training site. Yes, it will be in the members area. Recorded, all webinars recorded in the member area. Yeah. Okay, cool. John just tried to order, couldn't process the order, said try again later. John, I will give you a link. If you put in your Skype details, I'll have Mark connect with you. We will give you a link. Okay. Can these be linked to WordPress sites? Okay. You want to post the RSS feed stuff into WordPress, John? I'm trying to understand what you mean. The idea of the tool is that we're doing click jacking or traffic jacking. I prefer to call it traffic jacking, where an authority site posts content, we get that content and we share it into social media accounts. If you mean to post into WordPress, I guess that could be possible, but it's not the purpose of the tool right now. We might be able to create an add-on or something to make that happen. But at the moment, it's a social curation tool with calls to action. Okay, let me think about it. Okay, and I'll ponder on it over a few days. It's not what it was designed to be originally, but it doesn't mean that we have to roll it out just because of that. Just let me think about how it can be done properly. John, okay, I'm going to give you this, Mark, in the group. If you can connect with John, please. And Keith, I'll get that. Sorry for you as well. I'm just posting it into the Skype message with Mark, and we will get you sorted this morning. Can a compiled RSS feed be used to include more than one authority feed? So you're talking about RSS mashing. The answer is yes. Yes, it can. And if you want to do that, there's a tool called Chimp Feeder, chimpfeeder.com. Now, just be careful if you're going to do this. I know that people are going to do it anyway, so I'm not going to hide it from you. Although I don't want to encourage it to be used as a sort of spammy way. You're going to do what you want with it anyway, I know that. So let's just cover this while we're here. Go to this website here called chimpfeeder.com. I'll put it into the chat box. Click on send. I'm also going to send this to you as well, Carol, via the questions box, but I will send it to everybody. This is how you do it. Okay, you put in the RSS feed and you click on add the feed, then you put in the next RSS feed, you add the feed, okay? And then you click on this button that says chomp chomp. Okay, it's going to mash up into one RSS feed. That's how it's done. But be careful. be really, really careful. Don't come back to me in 2 weeks and say, hi, I've got my social accounts closed down because I was sharing content every 5 minutes. Okay, you need to be careful. Make it really, if you're going to do that, make it that you've got really relevant content put together, that you're mashing together. And have a look first at how often they are posting, so that you don't get yourself in trouble with social accounts. It's all good and well to do social curation, but if it gets too aggressive, then people will stop clicking. You know, that's the best that can happen. The worst that can happen is you can get your social accounts closed. Whereas if you do it the way that I'm recommending you do, you can't really get in trouble, because whenever those 5 or 10 or 15 or 25 authority sites make a post, which could be, you know, once a day or once every few days, then, you know, it just looks natural, and you can target your offers to those people properly as well. Okay, John. Okay, just get that into the Skype in here. Right, now I'm going to bring you in, Mark. Just open this up. Just unmute you. Can you unmute yourself, Mark, please? There we go.
Now, Tony.
Yeah, great. Okay. Did you find that OPML file?
Yeah, I put it on your Skype.
Oh, it's on my Skype. Yeah, okay. Right, guys, OPML file. I will do a quick video after I've done the webinar, or we will do a step-by-step screenshot. And that OPML file you can put into Feedly. You need to go and create a Feedly account. And you can just simply import this, and when you import it, you're going to have, I notice in high numbers of hold on a second, let's put it into the downloads folder. It's in high numbers of RSS feeds, so you can go and do some research in there as well. It's actually very, very, very handy to have. Just get this one into Dropbox first. So Mark, anything that we didn't cover yet that you want to cover?
Yeah, just one thing, Tony. When you create a campaign, a good idea is to just check when it's posted to your social account or accounts. Just go and click on it. And one thing I found, some of the sites will have pop-ups. So to overcome that, you probably want to go back either into your CTA, your call to action, and change when your pop-up comes, or use the full CTA, which covers over the top of that pop-up. But if you've got, sorry, excuse me, if you're using one that, like a video or something like that, and it pops up at the same time as their pop-up, it looks a little confusing. So you might just want to go and alter the time. You might want to put yours to come up when they're leaving the site, or after so many seconds. That's what I was doing anyway, because then it's not conflicting with their pop-up. But not all sites have pop-ups, so it just depends. But it's definitely worth checking out when you do it.
Okay,
That's really it, Tony. You covered most of the other stuff.
Yeah, I think we covered the basics. Okay. Tomorrow we start using the tool where we're actually going to start to build some campaigns. I just wanted to cover the content stuff and cover things that I knew that people would be thinking and talking about. I know that a bunch of SEO guys are really hammering me for the Tumblr things, but it isn't a backlink tool, guys. You know, I might have to build a separate sort of instance of it just for you guys, but we're going to take this more broad as far as the people that we want to attract into this particular tool. It's not just really for marketers. Everybody can use this. I was even telling my ex-wife about this about a year ago before I even got it built, and she said, I want that when it's ready. I want that. She doesn't know anything about marketing. So that's the kind of direction I want to take it, and I want to try and avoid as much as possible it being used as a sort of black hat SEO spamming tool. It doesn't mean I cannot do a separate module for it for you guys, but right now that's my thoughts on it. So I knew that we would have to cover that today. Right, I'll put a link into the chat box in here. It's got that OPML file, and all we need to do is import that into Feedly. So if you haven't got a Feedly account, if you create one, it's free. okay? And you can just import this OPML file and you will have it exactly looking like I have got here. And you can see that there's huge amounts of content that come in here that we can go and search and find influencers and find people who are creating great content that we can use, okay? Let's see if we've got any more questions. Right, Mark, I'm going to mute you again. Do you mind to mute yourself because I can hear your keyboard in the background? That's all right, mate. Manny, can you RSS other social accounts? For example, can we capture Donald Trump's Twitter and post on top of that? You can if you use this tool here. I've also got one of these Twitter RSS tool on my website as well. But this one here, the one that says Facebook page RSS generator, check that out, Manny. See if that works for, say, Donald Trump's Twitter account like you mentioned, yeah? If that doesn't work, let me know, and I will put the link in for the Twitter RSS feed. I took it out of the blog the other day because I felt it was slowing down my website, but I can put it back in a different site and a different WordPress install. So if you check this one out first, the first one up here, Facebook RSS generator, it does Twitter as well. Okay. When is the next webinar? Dale, tomorrow is the next webinar. Okay. Norman, I'm doing t-shirts and fishing and pitbull niche. Can you please give me some tips for future webinar? Okay, so fishing. Let's go over to Feedly. I wonder if I've got anything in here for fishing. Any questions, guys? Just put them in while I'm having a look through here. I'm not sure if I got anything in here for fishing. Probably is. I didn't create this. I got this from somebody else. So, you know, some things like fishing I probably wouldn't go for. What I suggest you do is you go for BuzzSumo. Okay, go to buzzsumo.com. It's been mentioned here. This one, BuzzSumo. Type in fishing, type in pit bulls, and see the kind of content that's coming up, and have a look at the people that are posting the sort of most socially shared. Have a look at the headlines as well. See who's got the sort of most clickable headlines and get some ideas from that. You can also, inside the tool, inside Traffic Infinity, you can see we've got a group section and Facebook page section here as well. So we can do things like search for, let's see, we do pitbull. Click on search. And this is going to give us some groups. Come back, and also at the top here you can see we've got two tabs. We've got groups and we've got pages. Let's do the search in the pages. And it's pulled back here. You can also click on the more link to get more. Okay, just keep clicking on that if you want to. It's just pretty cool. So you can go and like the pages and stuff from here. In the Facebook groups, we can also do the same. Just click on more to get more of them. We can click on there to join the group. And that's going to help you to find some audiences. Now, you could join this kind of group, and you can post into there from Traffic Infinity. The best practice to do for that would be to connect with that group owner and tell him, you know, if you go to him and say, look, I'm sort of doing social curation for this sort of top news stories or top kind of trending topics within top trending content within this niche. Do you mind if I post into here whenever I find something good? Okay, if you do that, then you've got a good chance of getting quite a few groups with existing audiences that you can use. But we'll go into that deeper in a couple of days as well. Dale, this Google Doc will be in the members area. Right now I shared it in here. I just created it before we came in here, so it's not there yet. It will be there. Okay. Let's see what else we've got in here. Michael, share the links. Okay, so let's go and do that again one more time. Copy link. Okay. I'm going to send this straight over to you, and I'm going to send it to dealt as well so that everybody's got this, okay? Here we go. So I sent it to you both privately and to all people, and I'm going to put it one more time in the chat so everybody's got it. It will be in the member area as well, and we will build it out every day, and it will look something like an ebook by the time we've finished all the webinars. We just keep building on it day by day. Okay, let's see what other questions. Dave asking, would we be best setting up individual niche specific fan pages or just use your own personal Facebook page? I would go niche specific, Dave, but there's no reason for you not to post into other pages that you might have. I think that the main power from this tool is going to be for the Facebook groups. If you do what I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, you contact group owners who have got a big audience in there and just ask them politely, say, look, I like to do social curation for trending topics in this niche. Do you mind if I post into the group, you know, sort of relevant news stories? I would say, yeah, not knowing about traffic. And if I didn't know about Traffic Infinity, I would be saying, yeah, okay, go ahead and do that. That's good content to share with my audience. Okay, so you don't need to mention about traffic jacking. I've got a lot of background noise here and I don't know what it's from. I'm going to close the Skype in case it's Skype. Right, okay. Let's see. Feedly link is not working. I'll tell you what, Michael, I'm going to put it inside the member area after webinar. Okay, and I'll put a link to it from the Skype group. When just starting to get into muncheye.com for launch tracking, can this be used for product launches? Yes and no. Okay, I'll tell you why no. It's because you need to get approved for affiliate links before it's of any value to you. It's something I've been sort of pondering over the last couple of days myself, so let me get back to you on that before we finish the 10 days training. It's something I've been trying to figure out how we can do it. The problem is that you need to get approved for those affiliate links before it has any value for you. So to set up an RSS feed just from muncheye.com, for example, which will be muncheye.com/feed because it's a WordPress site, okay, then it's going to give you sort of social sharing of every new product launch that is announced. You can use that and it's on to build a list. You can build a good retargeting list and really targeted for people who buy that kind of stuff. You will have a mix of vendors and you will have a mix of people who buy products, especially the shiny object buyers, where you can build quite a lucrative email list of people who buy stuff. It's just kind of hard to target with that particular site, and to have any real sort of value, you need to get your links approved. But there are workarounds. It's just extra work. Let me think on a little bit more when it's something that has been on my mind the last couple of days. Brian, can you prove the link, a purchase link? Yeah, I'll provide a purchase link, yeah. Brian, PM me on Skype. I know you've got my Skype. PM me on Skype and I will get that. Actually, to get Traffic Infinity, it's http anthonyhayes.me/traffic-infinity. Okay, let me just check I don't have any typos in here. This is not meant to be a sales webinar, but if people want to get in, you can. We actually went through the first 50 sales really quickly for Traffic Infinity. So what we're doing is we'll keep it open for a few more days for the offer that we got now. Then we're going to be switching it to monthly. So now is the time to get in to get that sort of lifetime license. Okay. Dropbox worked for you, Paul. I'm not sure why it didn't work for other people, but I will get it into the member area. If you don't know how to, if you're having problems with that kind of thing, just let us know in the Skype group. I've always got a whole bunch of VAs that can help as well. Okay, there's about 4 or 5 virtual assistants in the group that can help you. Okay, Jesse, you got to run to another meeting. Yeah, I've got another webinar to do in a couple of hours as well. Tony Ramos just came in. Is this going to be recorded? Yes, and it will be in the member area as well. Okay. I'll probably make a blog post from these webinars too, so you can find them in multiple places. Chrome extension, Keith, if you go into the Google Doc, you will see this one here called RSS Social Analyzer. That's Chrome extension. Okay, that's the one that can tell you how many shares it's had. All right, so I think we can wrap up now. So we're back here same time tomorrow, 6 p.m. Okay, if you got any questions, use the Skype group. That's what it's there for, and we will be there and we can answer you. I've got another webinar to do at 9 p.m. I need to just do a little bit more prep for that. So hopefully that covered enough about the content to give you some ideas of how to use content, why we're using authority content, how to use it properly and correctly, and also, you know, give you some ideas of, you know, how to determine how to create call to action offers specific to the type of content for any sort of authority site that we want to share the content from. Okay, we will go deeper and deeper. By the end of the 10 days, as I mentioned before, we will get into the funnel stuff and more advanced stuff. But for now, I think we covered enough for today. And tomorrow, we will be covering the call to action stuff so that we can go and do, you know, we can go and create some call to action stuff that will fit into the audiences of fit into the content that we want to share. Okay, then we will get into more as well with the Facebook and YouTube kind of retargeting stuff, because it's really hugely important. And if you don't understand what retargeting is, don't let it stop you from building an asset. All you need to do is go and create a custom audience in Facebook, get the pixel, put it into the tool, and even if you don't know what to do with it from that point forward, just get it in there. Okay, you're building an asset. Just let it build up. Okay, right. That's ours, I think, finished. Dave, the lifetime offer, I think I'm going to keep it for another 2 days, 3 days. I might even just let it go up to 100 sales, and then we will cut it off. Okay, so it's there right now, but I can't say for sure. I need to get chatting with Mark and discuss that later. When can you upgrade later? Yes, you can. You can upgrade at the same terms later. You just need to connect with us later. Just send us a PM via the Skype group, either myself or Mark, and we will get you sorted out. Okay. All right. That's us. I think we need to finish up, guys. Okay. Thanks for attending, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, Mark.